Okay, let's get down to it then. All right, we have a lot of issues in our community. Is the problem. We have our schools, we have our gang, mental health, housing.
Absolutely.
Gentrification is killing us with these bad loans that we had come out also. It's hurting the community. I'm a member of this community, so it really bothers me. And we're going to have plenty of opportunity to talk to you on a continuous basis. But one of your pet projects would be?
Well, currently we're working with local area pastors to bring about the understanding of the need for mental health care within this community. Characteristically, in African American communities across the country, especially in Bedford-Stuyvesant, there's a stigma placed on accessing mental health services. So our initial goal with the consortium of young men and women that I've been with was to try and make mental health sexy.
Okay.
We haven't been able to quite do that.
So you've been at Rikers Island dealing with mental health issues also, right?
Absolutely. On Rikers Island, I served in the capacity of Assistant Director of Substance Abuse,
okay.
And I've also worked in the Social Service Department, primarily in the mental observation units. So that has been an area of expertise for me, okay. Both with incarcerated, formerly incarcerated individuals and the community at large.
So what would they look for when they come out, and how could you assist them?
Well, and that's the thing, is that there's tremendous resources that are already available within the community. What we see, though, when we look at those resources is, in some instances, there's a tremendous duplication of services. So what we would look to do is look at the services that are available, make sure that we remove some of the duplications of services and plug the holes and the gaps with, removing those duplications, and make sure that across the board, all services that we've identified as a community that are needed, we can cover.
Okay, well, you know you're dealing with it on a council issue, which means you just have your district, but you sound like you're trying to make this implementation borough-wide, city-wide thing, like you're talking a little broader issues here.
Absolutely. Well, although we have a special affinity, obviously, for the district, I'm a resident of this district, clearly. I have a family, I have 6 children and a wife, so every situation that plagues the community plagues me as well. So we're keen on and very acute to the needs of the education system, based on the fact that I have school-aged children.
Okay.
We're keen on the problems.
How old are your children, brother?
I have a 17-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a new set of twins, 18 months.
Congratulations. We're going to talk about that. We got so much to talk about, but what we're going to, especially with the 17-year-old and the peer pressure, but what we're going to speak on right now, of course we're going to bring you back, what we're going to speak on right now is, we spoke off camera, you said something that was very interesting about the MTA and I believe the 25 bus.
Yeah, the funny thing is that for some reason, this community, this district especially, anytime that there's a movement to have cuts, we seem to fall on the table immediately. And there is a movement afoot by the MTA to cut the bus service along one of the major commercial corridors, which is Fulton Street. The 25 bus, which runs from downtown Brooklyn to the junction, is accessed by 4 million riders annually.
Well, we're right here on Fulton Street, here in Nostrand and Fulton. Tell me something, and that bus is always crowded. They're trying to cut the 25 bus completely, or can you explain that to our listeners?
Absolutely. From my understanding, there's a belief that that particular bus runs the same length and the same route as the A and the C train. However, although that may be true, we realize that ridership is comprised of elderly and handicapped that have to travel above ground. We also know that there's only one handicapped station along that line, which is the Franklin Avenue station. So that's one of the concerns that we have. The second concern is that is one of the largest commercial corridors within the city. And primarily it's run now by mom and pop shops, smaller shops. And the foot traffic that's necessary to keep those shops operating and keep this community thriving as a small entrepreneurship community as it has been, is to keep that going. If that ridership is removed, then I believe that it will impact very negatively on the mom and pop stores along that commercial corridor.
Okay, so have you set many community board meetings? Community Board 3 is our district. Have you set many meetings where this was discussed, or have you spoken on this issue to find out what's what, or even found out what our city councilman had to say about it?
Well, it's my understanding that the city councilman nor the Community Board 3 have had a public response to it as of yet. I believe that this is probably one of the first public responses that you'll see to that. So myself and the group that I'm affiliated with plans in the next coming days to start a rally.
Plug your group, brother. Plug your group.
Well, there's a couple of groups that I'm affiliated with, thank goodness. There's a group that I'm affiliated with called BWIO. That acronym stands for Brothers Working It Out.
Okay.
And those are some black men within the community who are abreast of the issues and who have a voice both politically and socially to address some of those issues.
Okay.
And we plan to rally very shortly around that issue. So we're going to post that information that I just mentioned to you, which is clearly readily available on the MTA site.
So
About the statistics. But that's also it's the 77th most ridden bus in the city.
Oh, 77 out of how many buses?
The number is over 100.
Okay, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this, especially on Fulton Street. I know it's traffic out there all day and all night,
Right.
so that bus line is definitely needed. So I'm definitely looking forward to finding out and hearing more from you.
Absolutely.
Find out about your crime deterrence, the various issues that's needed in the 36th Councilmanic District. So we'll be getting back to you, brother. We're looking for more feedback from you and your organizations, and we'll talk.
Appreciate it. I would like to, though, take this opportunity to ask people if they want more information about the current issues that are plaguing your community, or if you have any questions or you'd like to respond to anything you've heard here today. I can be reached very easily at www.friendsofrobertecornegyjr.com.
Repeat that, brother, one more time. Let us hear.
That, I know it's a mouthful. That's www.friendsofrobertecornegyjr.com.
Give them the spelling in case they get that Cornegy wrong.
Yes, it's Friends of ROBERTECORNEGY Jr. JR.com.
Okay, so we're looking forward to having you back here. We got plenty of issues to talk about, and we got a long year ahead of us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're looking forward to having you back.
Thank you.
Thank you.